Learn English to Gujarati business vocabulary. Value chain 2.
जोखम व्यवस्थापन.
Welcome to Business Gujarati. Hey, you are about to learn some seriously impressive business vocabulary in English and Gujarati. And yes, you will sound smarter than at least 3 spreadsheets by the end. Today you will meet 8 useful terms: value added depth, value chain, capital allocation, contribution margin, cost structure, profitability, liquidity reserve, and risk management. In Gujarati, these are
મૂલ્યવર્ધનની ઊંડાઈ, મૂલ્ય શૃંખલા, મૂડી ફાળવણી, ફાળો માર્જિન, ખર્ચ માળખું, નફાકારકતા, તરલતા અનામત,
and.
જોખમ વ્યવસ્થાપન.
Take a breath. That was a whole MBA doing cartwheels. Your mission today. You do not need to memorize everything at once. Just listen, enjoy, repeat a little, and let the words stick. Your goal is simple. Hear the English term, connect it to the Gujarati term, and remember it through a funny business story. Think of this chapter as a walk through a very dramatic office where every employee is obsessed with vocabulary and tea. The office of very serious nonsense. Let's jump into a mini story. You will hear every target word in context, and yes, the office is slightly chaotic. On Monday morning, the manager announced, "This year we must improve our value chain." Everyone nodded wisely, as if they had not just learned where the coffee machine was. In Gujarati, value chain is
મૂલ્ય શૃંખલા.
Then the factory chief said, "We should make more parts ourselves to increase our value added depth," which in Gujarati is
મૂલ્યવર્ધનની ઊંડાઈ.
He was so excited about depth that he pointed at the basement. Nobody was sure if he meant production strategy or treasure hunting. In the finance room, the CFO whispered dramatically, "We need smarter capital allocation.
મૂડી ફાળવણી.
Because last quarter we spent too much on chairs that spin." The analyst replied, "Also, our contribution margin, or
ફાળો માર્જિન.
must improve." One intern gasped as if the margin had been kidnapped. Next, the accountant rolled out a giant chart and said, "Please look at our cost structure, or
ખર્ચ માળખું.
The chart was so big it nearly achieved its own postal code. The owner asked the only question that really matters in business: what about profitability? In Gujarati, that is
નફાકારકતા.
Everyone became silent, the way people do when profits are discussed and snacks are limited. Then the treasurer added, "Please remember our liquidity reserve.
તરલતા અનામત.
Because emergencies do not send calendar invites." Finally, the risk officer stood up heroically and declared, "And none of this works without risk management."
જોખમ વ્યવસ્થાપન.
At that moment, the office printer jammed, proving the point immediately. Word spotlight. Now let's slow down and make each term easier to remember. You've got this. Value added depth is
મૂલ્યવર્ધનની ઊંડાઈ.
Think. The more work a company does inside its own production process, the deeper the value creation goes. Value chain is
મૂલ્ય શૃંખલા.
Imagine all the linked steps from raw material to customer. Capital allocation is
મૂડી ફાળવણી.
This is how a company decides where its money should go. Contribution margin is
ફાળો માર્જિન.
This is what remains after variable costs, before fixed costs. Cost structure is
ખર્ચ માળખું.
This means the overall arrangement of costs in a business. Profitability is
નફાકારકતા.
not just sales, but how profitably the business performs. Liquidity reserve is
તરલતા અનામત.
think emergency money kept ready. Risk management is
જોખમ વ્યવસ્થાપન.
this is how a company identifies and controls possible problems. Repeat after me. Say each Gujarati term out loud after the pause. No one is judging you. Except maybe the printer. Value added depth.
મૂલ્યવર્ધનની ઊંડાઈ.
Value chain.
મૂલ્ય શૃંખલા.
Capital allocation.
મૂડી ફાળવણી.
Contribution margin.
ફાળો માર્જિન.
Cost structure.
ખર્ચ માળખું.
Profitability.
નફાકારકતા.
Liquidity reserve.
તરલતા અનામત.
Risk management.
જોખમ વ્યવસ્થાપન.
Mini dialogue drill. Here comes a quick dialogue. Listen for the English word and the Gujarati match. Manager, we must improve the value chain. Analyst, yes, the
મૂલ્ય શૃંખલા.
has weak links. Factory chief, we make more parts ourselves now. Consultant, great, that increases.
મૂલ્યવર્ધનની ઊંડાઈ.
CFO, where should the money go next year? Board member, that is a question of.
મૂડી ફાળવણી.
Analyst, what remains after variable costs? Intern,
ફાળો માર્જિન.
and also my confusion, but mostly the margin. Owner, why are expenses so messy? Accountant, we need to review the.
ખર્ચ માળખું.
Investor, sales are up, but what about profitability? CEO, R.
નફાકારકતા.
is improving. Treasurer, what protects us in an emergency? Assistant,
તરલતા અનામત.
advisor, how do we reduce future losses? Director, with strong.
જોખમ વ્યવસ્થાપન.
Quick quiz. Let's see what stayed in your brain. No pressure. This is a friendly quiz, not a tax audit. What is the Gujarati term for value chain?
મૂલ્ય શૃંખલા.
What is the Gujarati term for profitability?
નફાકારકતા.
What is the Gujarati term for liquidity reserve?
તરલતા અનામત.
What is the Gujarati term for risk management?
જોખમ વ્યવસ્થાપન.
What is the Gujarati term for capital allocation?
મૂડી ફાળવણી.
What is the Gujarati term for cost structure?
ખર્ચ માળખું.
What is the Gujarati term for contribution margin?
ફાળો માર્જિન.
What is the Gujarati term for value added depth?
મૂલ્યવર્ધનની ઊંડાઈ.
Memory tricks. Here are a few quick memory hooks to make these words less slippery. 4.
મૂલ્ય શૃંખલા.
Imagine a glowing chain where each link adds value. 4.
મૂડી ફાળવણી.
Picture a manager dividing coins into boxes. 4.
ખર્ચ માળખું.
Imagine a building made of rent, salaries, and materials. 4.
તરલતા અનામત.
Think of a tank full of emergency cash water. Financial hydration matters. 4.
જોખમ વ્યવસ્થાપન.
Imagine a shield stopping flying problems before they hit your budget. Friendly conclusion. Nice work. You just handled a powerful set of business terms in English and Gujarati. Today you practiced value added depth.
મૂલ્યવર્ધનની ઊંડાઈ.
Value chain.
મૂલ્ય શૃંખલા.
Capital allocation.
મૂડી ફાળવણી.
Contribution margin.
ફાળો માર્જિન.
Cost structure.
ખર્ચ માળખું.
Profitability.
નફાકારકતા.
Liquidity reserve.
તરલતા અનામત.
And risk management.
જોખમ વ્યવસ્થાપન.
Thank you for learning with me. Keep practicing, repeat the words again tomorrow, and soon these terms will feel natural in your business Gujarati.